When Vision said that, it was just, to me, like the sweetest thing. Oh, okay. That's what grief is. It really, it hit me in the feels. It hit me in the feels.
I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose. But what is grief? If not love, persevering.
It puts grief in like this positive kind of light. You don't want to think about the loss as a sad thing. I don't know. Because it is sad, it has this like negative vibe to it. And that just shouldn't, that shouldn't be the case. I really like this reframing.
Yeah. It's about love still extending. Love. It's so sweet. So sweet.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
And this really helped. Like, I felt like I just release some emotions or something. You know? So maybe this actually will help people to help get over some loss in their life.
Yeah, absolutely. The next place that we look at was, her going to check out Sword for the first and only time.
She walked in there like she owned the place. She was being polite in asking, but I don't think if they said no, I think she was definitely still going to go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She was breaking down them double doors no matter what. Yeah. So what we get out of this scene is that Hayward is a filthy liar because she walks away without stealing Vision's body.
So we've been lied to this entire show so far. We thought that she went back and stole his body, which we all would have understood that she did. But at this point, there's no reason for her to be the enemy at this point because she hasn't done anything technically wrong, except maybe mind control a few thousand people. But
except for taking over a whole town because of grief. But aside from that,
she's not stealing anything.
Yeah, she didn't steal the big weapon.
Yeah, she went there to bury him for some closure, I think.
Man, he was so callous, being like, we're not going to just put $4 billion worth of vibranium in the ground. So, man, come on, dude. Be better than that.
He has a point.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, like, at this point, the nation of Wakanda, they're now sharing technology with the world, according to the end of Black Panther. Maybe they're not like... Maybe they're selling vibranium at a super high clip, or maybe they're just
from Hayward's point of view as well. Vision is a robot, not a person. So there's that. Yeah.
So take the vibranium off of him and then bury the rest. But he's got ulterior motives. He's not trying to bury Vision. And he's not trying to disassemble him either. He is trying to put him back together.
Yeah,
because he's evil.
Well, we don't know that he's evil. He probably means well. With all paths to hell, they're well intentioned, and he probably means well and wants to have this weapon for his country or whatnot. And misguided could be, or a different point of view. What are we looking at here? So he's not there. He's really dead. Like she can't feel him. He's dead. That's all I got to say. Dead.
Yeah. So then...
And we feel it too. But here's the thing. Like, I know I dismissed Vision as being a robot, but I definitely felt some emotion here. I felt some loss here too. Like, I think, oh man, it was definitely sad. It was a sad moment. A lot of grief in this show in general and this episode.
Yeah, definitely.
So we learned she made the hex on her own.
Yeah. She drives out to Westview because Vision bought her a nice plot of land
to
build a house on. How adorable was that? With this little circle and a little V. That was great.
It's just this episode just hit me in the feels on so many levels. You know, we're looking at properties and stuff, and it's just thinking about a home, and it's just gut wrenching.
Yeah, you think you're planning a life with somebody and then all of a sudden they're gone? That's awful. So yeah, she has that breakdown right there in the middle of that plot and builds the house out of nothing with her full-blown powers and creates a hex that turns everything into Dick Van Dyke Show.
In real time and creates Vision in real time
and creates
as well.
Vision, just...
Magic vision.
What's a good verb?
Like molds the clay.
Explains why he can't.
He can't leave. He can't leave.
He can't leave the hex because he is a product of the hex.
But
it was a real. She creates him out of herself, kind of a thing, or maybe out of the Mind Stone of herself.
Just a projection.
She's very red. He comes out with that yellow. Yeah. So we now know how the hex started. And we now know how Vision exists within the hex and that he is not just that reanimated body.
And we have the
Yes.
context to why it's a television show, because that was her escape
Right.
when she was a child.
Yep.
Deep cuts, deep stuff.
Deep cuts. And then we get the big reveal at the end with the mid-credit scene. Hayward's been a liar, more of a liar. He said that we've taken him apart and put him back together so many times.
And we just needed a
Haven't
little
been
bit
able
of
to get
that.
the right power source.
Just need a little bit of that hex magic. Turn them on.
Yep, a little bit of that Mind Stone.
And what's fun
Yeah.
here is that we're getting the white Vision, which Vision was originally red in the comics, because there's something about the color, the white not working or something like that. Like certain colors in the
really?
comics, they could only print so many different colors, and red was one that they could print that didn't have any issue. There were issues with the way it looked. So they were like, oh, let's just change it red. Fun fact.
Interesting. Yeah, so my guess now, ultimately, is by the end of this, we're going to get a showdown between White Vision and then Hex Vision with Wanda, maybe even Agatha. I don't know how Agatha is going to fit in there, but I think we're going to get a big showdown. And then my prediction, spoiler alert, is that by the end of this, we get Hex Vision's consciousness back into White Vision body. And then that's how we get Vision back. Nailed it. Write it down.
He's
Put a stamp. Everybody
He's
wants Vision
incredibly
back.
likable. Yeah, Vision's character he is the most human.
He's
of
on the
all of
side
us.
of life.
I am on the side of life.
He's always made the decision that is best for humanity in all of
Right.
the shows, a Marvel show, films,
Yep.
everything. And he's likable. He's funny. It's great.
Yeah.
It'd be good to have him back as an actual incarnation, if you will. So we still have fake Pietro running around, I presume. And we have
Yep. And we still got Monica out and about, don't know where.
fake Vision. Wanda's kids must be fake as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fake Wanda's kids, fake Pietro, all of these fake things that have autonomy
I
somehow.
don't know about the kids. But so think about what Agatha's last line there was like, you've created something out of nothing. So that makes me think that like fake Vision is real enough.
Real
The
enough.
kids
yeah.
are real enough. Whether or not they can leave the hex, I think, is to be determined, because if Vision can't leave the hex, but
Yeah.
but she's basically is saying like that is chaos magic, which you can obviously wield, and then
Yeah.
that's what makes you
Makes you the Scarlet Witch.
the Scarlet Witch. Bum, bum,
The
bum.
Scarlet. Yeah. What is that? Like, why is this a title? Why is this a thing? I remember the Scarlet Letter. You remember that? So, like, Scarlet being the
Yeah, the book.
the Scarlet Letter meant you were an outcast if you had a Scarlet Letter, right? Wasn't that the point of the book? Wasn't she?
Yeah, it was like an adulterer or whatever.
Yeah. So maybe the Scarlet Witch is. I don't know if they're using this logic at all, but maybe it's
Well,
like
that was
a
her
cast.
comic name, Scarlet.
Of
That
course.
was her comic book name. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just wondering if they're using that type of
If there's like a
reference.
correlation there.
like, is she's the outcast?
I think it's because of the red. I think
She's
it's
just
just
red.
The color
She's
red.
just red.
I think
Outcast
it's,
of a
I think it's that
witch?
simple.
Okay.
You might
I
be
would-
right. I have no idea. I haven't read into it, but in my mind, it was always just okay. Scarlet red.
The only
That's the color,
places
that's
ever read the word Scarlet are the Scarlet Letter and Scarlet in Clue. So that's all I got. That's my only reference to the word Scarlet in real life. So
Nice.
it was either Scarlet from Clue or the Scarlet Letter. So this is my brain attempting to make a connection to things that may or may not be related at all.
That's
This is how my brain works.
I
Everything has to
wasn't
be
even thinking about
connected.
Scarlet from Clue. What could it all mean?
It was
1
in
plus
the-
2 plus 1.
Hayward in the library with a knife with a
Right,
vision.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh boy,
Flames on the side of my face.
I give up.
Flames on the side of my face.
I
What's
don't
this
know what this
podcast
means. I
about?
don't know what this means. This show has been so much about what's going on in Wanda's head. So it was nice to have an episode that literally goes back into what her experiences were like. So I think that sets us up. That sets us up for the last episode to just be
The
kind of
next,
balls to the wall.
yeah,
Like they can just go crazy. This was a very cerebral episode. A very cerebral episode. The next one can be big dumb fun and
Yeah.
explosions and
big
robots
dumb fun
facing
with
robots.
still a little bit of deeper underlying undertones.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Big
There's
dumb
gonna be. It wouldn't be this show. It wouldn't be these characters without some deep mind bendy type stuff.
Yeah.
But this was an episode that like really like fills in so many of those gaps, so that we can have that last episode just bring it all.
fun. So be same time next week, same place. Make
Yep.
sure you're subscribed.
Same batch.
And you know somebody wants to listen, go ahead and share it with them. And all the stuff we talked about will be in the show notes. And until next time,
Bye. Bye. Thanks for listening.
Bye. Bye.